Hey guys, so I'm going to do my 31 week update, and this week I actually have a couple of new symptoms and things to show you guys. Let me first just show you a picture of what the baby looks like at 31 weeks. So here's the baby at 31 weeks. She's definitely growing so quickly, and now time is just flying by. I feel like the closer we get to our due date, the faster time is going. It's incredible. Currently, she's estimated at 18 inches and weighing more than 3 pounds. I think the last time we had an ultrasound, she was weighing around 3 pounds, so I think at this point she's probably a little bit more, probably 4 pounds. So that's definitely exciting. She's growing just super quick, and I have had a couple of new symptoms and cravings this week. For starters, I've craved ice nonstop. Every single day I have to have just a cup of ice. As I work, I have to have a cup of ice. It kind of is a good thing because I'm drinking a lot more water. Since I don't just get a cup of ice, I get ice and water together, and I'm just constantly chewing on ice. So I guess it's not a terrible thing because I am drinking a lot more water, but ice is definitely terrible for your teeth, so I'm trying to avoid it as much as I can, but I'm just craving it so much, and I have to have it. I've also had heartburn a lot. I know I say this every week, but this week has probably been the worst week. Every time I lay in bed to go to sleep, the heartburn kind of just at this point is feeling like a heart attack, because I'm like, all this pressure here. I drink water. Somebody actually had recommended for me to take 2 Tums during the day and the 2 Tums at night, so it kind of, I guess, regulates all that, and I avoid the heartburn, but I'm still having heartburn. I think I take up to 4 and 6 Tums a day, and it still is not helping. I really don't know what to do anymore. I've even tried to put pillows behind me as I sleep, kind of sitting up almost, and try to go to sleep that way, because they say that if you lay down flat, you basically kind of bring that back up and it creates more heartburn. So I've tried to sit up and sleep like that, but it's not helping. I try to drink as much water as I can right before I go to sleep, but then that only makes me get up probably every 2 minutes to go to the restroom, and it's not helping. On top of that, I'm actually not sleeping at all. This week has been the first week that I've had any issues sleeping. I think throughout my pregnancy, everybody was asking, how are you sleeping? Once people get pregnant, they stop sleeping, and I never really had an issue with that. And it's not really because I'm growing so much that my body can't get comfortable. I think it's more, it's getting so close to the time that she's gonna arrive, and it's exciting, but at the same time I am kind of nervous about things that I need to have ready before she gets here, and maybe she comes sooner, and just all these things run through my mind, and I can't seem to fall asleep. I can't shut my brain off to allow my body to relax and sleep. So I'm constantly just staring at the roof and thinking about things. Everything can be off. I'm not on my laptop or my iPad, or there's no TV, there's no lights, and I'm just staring at the roof and thinking all these things in my head, and I can't shut my brain out. I've tried to relax and I can't, and it's been probably 3 days where I go to sleep, literally turn everything off at like around 11:30, and it is 2 in the morning and I'm wide awake, and I stay awake until 5, 6 in the morning, and then I have to wake up at around 8:30 or 9 to go to work. So I'm getting basically no sleep. I do try to come home and rest. I'm home usually around 6:30, and I try to rest until my husband gets home, but it's really hard, and that has happened probably 3 nights this week. Since it started, it's been every single night, so I really haven't been able to sleep. I've also been extremely cranky, and I think that's really, it's correlated to the fact that I haven't slept. So I wake up with my lack of sleep and I'm just cranky. Everything bothers me. I'm driving my husband crazy, and it's really not a good experience at this point, because I'm just, everything bothers me and I'm just cranky and angry at everything, and I'm also emotional, and it's just a bad mixture. So I really need to figure out a way to get some sleep in order for me to try to relieve some of my stress and not be so cranky all day long. I also had my 8-month appointment this week, and I was very pleased. I finally got to see my doctor again, because at the office where I see my doctor, he actually shares the office with 4 other doctors, and what they do is you see your actual doctor for the first probably 4 months, and then they start alternating you, so you meet all the other doctors just in case your water breaks and you end up at the hospital when your specific doctor is not on call. So you at least have met these doctors before. So it's a good idea, but I definitely have missed my doctor. I don't like any of them as much as I like my own doctor, and my husband feels the same way. So we're happy to finally see our doctor again, and he hasn't seen me for months, so it was really exciting to finally see him again, and he said everything was absolutely perfect. We talked about a few things with my maternity leave and a couple of other things, and we actually also spoke about our delivery, because it was kind of an unspoken thing. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but we really didn't know if we wanted to have just a natural vaginal delivery. I know that there's a lot of pros to having a vaginal delivery, but we weren't sure if that was something we wanted to do. And we kind of wanted to talk to the doctor about it, but it was never kind of brought up. It was always the doctor saying, oh, everything's going good, so you absolutely will be having a natural delivery. And my husband this time around kind of just asked, how is she going to be delivered? And the doctor said, the doctor said that nowadays, sorry, Champ, come here. Nowadays, before I forget, my dog is also pregnant, which is insane. Pinky, come here. I'm going to show you guys my pregnant dog. She's due to give birth. Hi, Pinky. Come here, Pinky. She's due to give birth in about 6 days. So this is Pinky. You've seen her in many of my videos, and this is her pregnant. She is humongous. I mean, you guys might think she's really tiny, but she was really tiny before. So right now, she's huge. And she's ready. She's ready to pop those babies out. She probably has 2 or 3 in there. I feel so bad. She breathes. If you could hear her, she does that all day. She goes, You hear her? Do it to the camera, Pinky. How is it? So there's her pregnant belly. She's definitely ready to give birth. And that's all I'm saying, that we're both pregnant at the same time. It was not planned. Hers was a mistake from my other dog that has been on the videos as well. Right, Pinky? You didn't want this to happen. Nobody wanted this to happen. We tried to avoid it. And we were gonna get her operated, but the doctor said that she's just really old. So there's no reason to. And I've always said she wasn't old. And I don't think she is. She's pregnant. So we're both pregnant together. And so, okay, so back to what I was saying. So the doctor basically said that today, that nowadays basically you can choose what you want. If it is a C-section that we want, then we can basically schedule that and go from there. We have researched both C-sections and natural deliveries, and we're still in the process of researching it, but he did say that if we were even thinking about it, to just kind of schedule it with the hospital just so they have our date reserved, because the closer we get, that date might not be available and it might become an issue like that. So we scheduled a date for a C-section on December 24th, so it's going to be Christmas Eve, and we're still thinking about it. It's not set in stone, and we can change our mind even up to December 23rd and call the hospital and say, never mind, we're going to wait for the baby to decide when she wants to come out. But there's a couple of reasons really. We also had, I don't know if you guys remember, but I had a lot of infections because I used to have kidney issues when I was younger, and I had a lot of infections throughout my pregnancy, and it got to a point where it was this one, it wasn't just a urinary tract infection, it was kind of a severe infection that usually occurs after you give birth. I forgot the name right now. If I remember, I'll write it down below. But because I had that, if she was born vaginally, I would have to be on antibiotics, and the baby would have to be on antibiotics just to avoid her having the infection as well. And that's just something that I don't even want to consider, really. I don't want her to be born and have to have antibiotics right at birth. So besides that, there's a lot of other reasons. I personally feel more comfortable with a C-section, and I know a lot of you guys rather have a natural delivery, and that's amazing, but I don't think it's for me. And my husband's also for C-sections. The doctor said that the best thing for the baby is obviously a C-section, because she won't have to be stressed and trying to come out, and a million things could go wrong. Most of my friends that have had delivered, that they went in trying to deliver naturally, and vaginally, they ended up having to go into an emergency C-section. So I don't know, we're still thinking about it, we're still researching it, but I just wanted to give you guys that update. And that's about it. So maybe our due date has been moved a couple of days. He said that because if we do end up doing a C-section, you can't wait till the baby's 40 weeks. It has to be 9 days before, and that lands on December 24th. And that way he will for sure be our doctor. I won't end up with another random doctor on whoever's on call at that day. So I am excited for that. I still have a lot of research to do and to make our final decision, but that's basically our update. And I think that's about it. I have a couple videos to post. I did a cloth comparison video because one of my subscribers was requesting a video comparing the two Alba baby diapers, and I also did another video, and I'm also gonna film my baby shower haul and post that out. That will probably be the next video I film. So a lot of videos are gonna be posted soon, and if you guys have any questions or any videos that you guys want me to post, just write them down below and I'll make sure to get them done. I've always wanted to do kind of like a tag video and stuff like that, but I haven't seen any. I've seen so many for like beauty gurus, and I haven't seen them for like mommy tags or pregnancy vlogs or anything like that. So if you guys know of any, please let me know, and I would love to get some up. So from the pregos, bye guys, and I'll see you guys next week.